a little bit more out of someone like Vinny.
Yes.
I've been saying, I feel like all tournament long, right? I loved watching him in Furia. He kind of felt like the secret backbone of the team. Vinferno as well used to be a classic from him. His Inferno performances as of late haven't really been very good, but I think a lot of that is because all the attention is on Fer and giving him like a lot of the freedom and a lot of the decisions and like pole positions to be in.
He's also changed spots. So, you know, there's things like that when you come into this team. You know, I don't think Vinny's going to get all his spots, all his favorite positions. So you got to keep that in mind. But yeah, I agree. You know, going from B to pick, quite a change. But let's see. Let's find out. Let's see if this is going to be the reverse switch.
I just know how good Vinny is. You know what I mean? So that's why I hold him to such a high standard, man. Right, so out into middle, Imperial with a T-side start over here on Overpass, IHC. They go for a bit of a standard one here. They had 9, peaking mid early. They quad lent down towards B, and they've used those early numbers to take short control away. Now, Imperial are working connector. When you look at this, they got a lot of flashbangs. To me, that kind of suggests they want to go B here. I'm assuming one of these flashes to get the com players out into the short side, and then the rest of the flashes to actually launch this hit in towards B. They've even got a molly and smoke combo that can be used to clear barrels, to clear water, to play the post plant. There's a lot of versatility here with this little bit of util that Imperial have brought with them into this pistol, and it is screaming B hit.
Oh, this needs to be a kill for Vinny. P250 at range, running away, Score is blind, but he still hits a headshot off of the flashbang. Fallen will trade his teammate though, trying to escape, and Score is keeping it going. 30 kills last map, started strong with this one. Fer eventually takes him down. Vinny fighting for heaven, but it's Bolts with a Glock who just bops Cabal out of the round. There's a kit for Blitz. 9 out in heaven, just going to get peeked. They know he's dropped in. They've heard that one. They can face together. They're getting ready to do so. Look at this swing. 3 players about to peek. 9 needs to isolate fights, but they're ready to double face. Oh, can he find cover? Yes, 9 with a second.
2 bullets.
And they're running him down. He runs back for the kit, gets the reload off, and Vinny finishes the job. Some messy P250 shots, but it's the round closer that matters most. If he didn't reload, certainly could have won that round. Certainly could have popped Vinny, peeking him in the last second. But he went for the kit, and that let him down. Nice try, but it's Imperial taking pistol.
All right, 4 spy in out of IHC. And already, you know, this scout finding a tag onto Fer is actually pretty big. It's probably just going to force your hand into a B play. You had one guy lurking middle, someone armed with an AK, someone who's often putting up big numbers for Imperial, and he's just been sent down to 30 HP. So they're going to try and go B into this mag 7, but Cabal can't make it work.
It's ugly.
And so now with short taken, an early pick down towards this B site, and no real mid control. There is like a world where you could have looked to go back because you had Vinny clearing out top con. But I think at this point you don't take that risk, right? Mid's been clear for too long. For all you know, they could be pushed into park, into party. So they are going to follow through with this B hit. And there's the opener onto Blitz.
Yeah, Techno's just getting chased down. Mac-10 will do it. Needed to hit the headshot. Every second Fallen gets further into the site and will be able to stick that plant. 9, he may as well save, but he wants to hang around, try and finish some of this light damage done. 3 players are 1 shot to the body with the scout. But Imperial are not facing at all, apart from a bit of smoke spam, but won't let FNX down. And Imperial are going to convert their force buy, or against their force buy, keeping 5 up as well, presuming everyone gets away from that bomb in time. Nice round out of Imperial, though. Right now, just abusing that B bomb site. Methodical B short takes into B splits. And IHC keeps stacking this top site in both of these rounds so far. I've played 3-2 in favor of A. So reads have been wrong. They've had lots of data to go off. That's something Imperial haven't had, right? Can't really do any prep for IHC on this map. Whereas, you know, for IHC, they've seen plenty of games from Imperial, I'm sure. And for a team that we know are trying to, improve tactically and are a team that use their timeouts really well, Not this one. This is a tech. But I'm sure they have some stuff prepared for us. I mean, just given some of the bonkers rounds we saw on Mirage CT side, like the under to double up a push on B, these kind of things. I can't wait to see when we get guns out and we get to see IHC flashing for each other, taking short control, maybe some con flanks. I think there's a lot of options on CT Overpass, as we know. And if Imperial's default isn't solid, then IHC can certainly find a way in.
Yeah, Fallen and the boys kind of been like rolling back the years going in with this very heavy like con control setup for the most part in these opening rounds. And I'm assuming that's something that's going to stay true as we continue throughout this map. So I think that's something IHC are going to have to show us they've got solutions for. Looks like Cabal dropped on out, so we're just getting that one sorted.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on A stream, Astralis have dropped their first map to Spirit. It was Spirit's pick of Overpass, and after a 10-5 CT side for Astralis, the T side woes of the Danes have continued 2 T rounds, and it was closed 16-12 for Spirit. That's a sick comeback. We've already seen that from Astralis on these T sides, right? It was against MIBR, the game that we covered, remember? They went 12-3 up. They only closed it 16-13 with 4 T rounds. Took them quite a while. Have definitely seen, I think in the major, you know, for a lot of teams like Astralis, but at the major in general, we've seen a lot of teams have trouble putting up T-side rounds, somewhat based off of the A1S meta, I think right now is has really started to lopside the halves.
No, 100%, right? I do think there has been an overall shift that T-sides have gotten harder, but specifically for that squad, for Astralis, I think their T-side woes go a lot deeper than that. I think it's one of the core problems that this team faces. And even though we've seen them at times of brief stints of like overcoming that, I don't think they've jumped the gap yet, right? I don't think they've made it over these T-side woes. Dude, I always find myself questioning this idea of like, just what if Blame F played T-sides similar to how he played CT sides? Because, bro, CT sides, you will struggle to find someone who tries to take more fights, find more timings. Like, he's so involved. And then it feels like when you go T-half, he still tries to be like super timing based, but I think sometimes it just leaves him like a little far removed from what's actually happening in the round. And I think a lot of the attention goes on to like config as this guy trying to open up rounds. And then you look down the list and it's like, okay, who's that like second man? You know, who's that next guy following him in, guaranteeing a trade? I think that was always a problem with this Astralis squad. And it's one that for like a brief moment you were thinking, oh, have they started to remedy this? Have they started to get it back under control? But as we've gone deeper throughout the major, I think it's reared its ugly head again. Oh, the T-sides are still problematic. You know, if you look at other teams that have had issues like that, I think like NIP, right? They used to really struggle with T-side halves. And they were able to kind of switch it up and start to turn that around.
Yeah, it was a coach change as well. I think PGL brought a lot. He's been credited a lot by Hampus and co. In helping that team improve on their T-sides. And I mean, Astralis have been a roster that have even recently changed their coaching acquisition as well, moving Trace from the academy team up into the main spot and the benefits that come with that, with a wealth of experience. One more team that has really had trouble with T-sides, who we've covered a lot as well, have been Renegades, right? Obviously now eliminated yesterday by IHC from the tournament. They have had really rough times at T-sides. I think that's been more down to in-game leading and the switch-ups that roster has experienced. But even so, we're back in, folks. Talking T-sides, this one should come through for Imperial. It's only an eco with a couple of saved bits and bobs. Again, leaning B are the T-side, and Bolts looks to peek through this Molotov. They line up. Could be cheeky, couple of kills here. P9 not out in time, and triple entry should just be the round done and dusted.
So I'm just thinking about our conversation, and I love that, because like the smoke spam A1S meta is now a thing. It's like, that's the thing that's really caused this shift within Astralis, and it's like, man, taste of your own medicine. You know, y'all were doing that for years. So.
Yeah, you guys are shooting A4s through smokes. Come on.
Right, so look, Cabal's going to get out with an AK here. That's a little victory, honestly. You'll take that all day long. It's a pretty big ticket item.
On that half thing, though, I mean, we've even just seen that obviously there are some teams that it's really caused problems for, but we've even just seen the map stats. Like, if you look at, like, last year or even 2020 versus now in top 30 LAN maps, every map has become more CT-sided strongly. And Ancient as well, the most CT-sided right now, just due to how it plays. And you know, once teams figured that out, especially at the start of Ancient, we started actually seeing really good T-sides. Teams like NIP were actually putting on like 9, 10 round T-sides at times. But when people figured it out, it got a lot harder. So yeah, I wonder if that's something that it will be affected by a patch in the future. Maybe the A1S, you know, people talk about price at least, try and balance out the money. But we'll get to it later. We're in a gun round here now, Harry. Yes, saved AK, bought AWP, and a chance to get on the board early before problems start to build. Ooh, spam. Oh, very nice. Oh God, Score didn't get his nade out. He knows Vinny's in the corner, but he didn't see him though. That's a beautiful trade. Cabal's flash peek into B short, catching bolts on the smoke fade, and this, oh, it's ugly. It's ugly for everyone. Everyone's blind, everyone's smoked. Cabal still aggressively trying to finish this kill. He's trapped now. Fallen hunts him down, but that's the bomb loose.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. Shouldn't be able to recover this one. Gonna be hard pressed, right? Fur, the only guy with health, is all the way out here in middle, and FNX is just left to fend for himself over in connector. Might catch that, but 9 is very, very quick. And that AWP springs to life from the get-go. You know, I feel like 9's given us a very good game today. I think he's come into this looking warm, right? He's hit some very, very fast shots, especially when you think about how, when we came into Mirage, Fallen was looking like lights out to open up. So it's not like you kind of had like a Fallen that's like, you know, a very like middle of the pack Fallen where all the attention is on his stars. You know, he was feeling it with the AWP, and yet 9 was still getting the better of him a hell of a lot towards the end. So yeah, keep your eye on this IHC AWP. It might be one of the keys to victory here on Overpass.
Absolutely, should be on CT side. Yeah, when we see AWPers go quiet on this map, well, we see teams lose this map. It's, there's no room for that. Not much util in this gun round here already left for Imperial. They've had to use a lot of it. Even just the door nade forcing a smoke out is such a good trade for the CTs. An HE for a smoke, take that every day of the week. 9, got to pick his angle because they're coming through. Flash will announce it, dodges it. And Vinny, will he go first? First walking through. Bolter's picked Techno as that smoke blooms in Monster. Catches a nice angle there, dinked, but lives to tell the tale, and Score even gets picked over on the long side by Fur. Just dry peeking on the default has put Imperial 5-on-3, and right as they were about to face the AWP in middle, they still might. They look like they want to go up con, so there's still a way back in for 9.
Yeah, but dude, he's going to have to do everything in this round. Like, he needs a multi-kill here. There's the first with this AWP. Falling back, taking a more passive lie. They still want to challenge him. They still want to fight him. And because he doesn't have info at long, he's paranoid about that.
Oh, is that real?
He's full blinded, taking a peek. They've heard the scope. He's baited in by that first man, but up close, waiting on the corner. Fur was there to guarantee that kill if Vinny didn't get it first. The A site's already overran. Shouldn't be any getting back into this one for IHC.
That molly was a bit earlier. Maybe he could have tried to stop the plant, but Fallen just gets it down, and Cabal has to save. Yeah, that's pretty indecisive for 9. I don't think he realizes how many people were walking up on him right there, expecting a lot more respect, but Fur tucked in toilets, Vinny walking up close. That was a complete mess, and he couldn't find himself a pick. Especially as a solo A player, would have loved to see him actually back all the way to the bomb site, but he wanted 2 kills in toilets before he was going to retreat. If he fired another shot there, there was a trade, no matter what happens, but Vinny's able to overwhelm him. And started this game a lot better than Mirage. 4-1 for Imperial. They began Mirage very strong as well, though. Like you said, not just Fallen, who was 13-5 in the opening few rounds, but even just leading that game, despite getting, you know, the pistol and not converting it. So let's not get ahead of ourselves with the lead, but considering it's T-side overpass, it's a lot better than, you know, the Mirage. smoke on mid molly. Fur's going to beat it. But the second molly, he can do nothing about on this solo mid take. Rest are coming in through Con. They've put a lot of focus on this position in this map already, but 3 CTs are here to deal with it. Score, the man you want at the helm here. He's got to win his first fight. There's a second player coming in a little late, and he's caught out with nades.
Yeah, but there's still this like ridiculous little top con setup of 2 players. Blitz goes running in to try and cancel this out. He will get traded, dropping that smoke. He wanted to maintain the con control, take that away from Imperial, but it's really been, you know, their goal in this map is maintaining dominance over connectors. So Imperial have got it again. And now IHC taking a bit of a gamble, rotating Cabal away from the B site, going to leave it all on Techno 4K.
Oh, for not shooting there is so big. If he starts spamming out of fear, the rotates come back down. Even though Imperial now are committing into the B site, it's only 1 man.
Yeah, gonna have to deliver. Techno 4K, low on health, low on chances, and the nade gonna blow him out of the water. Turning around to the short side bolts. Gonna wrap up that con play, and 9 up in heaven, very far removed. Gonna struggle to get much done in this 1v3, just wants to think about saving that orb.
The fact that they even gambled in that round is a bit worrying, because in a 3v3 you should be able to depend on your AWPer soloing that A bomb site, right? But we already saw the problems in that previous round where 9 couldn't get away with more than 1 kill on the top site. Even re-peeking there, I mean, getting a little ants in the pants here for IHC. He's gonna die. There's no way he lives. Fallen spams him through the smoke, like, he had a chance to escape after that 1 missed shot, but taking 2 just gets Imperial closer. We're seeing the mistakes start to form in front of our very eyes. We're seeing the nerves come back to IHC, knowing that, you know, 1 more map is from them and eliminating Imperial for the tournament, but it's them who are on the hot plate, who might be reverse swept if the maps have anything to tell us. Yeah, just some weird CT errors for a team that played such a nice CT side on Mirage. And Imperial are exploiting every single one. I'm loving these defaults, B leaning every time. That's going to be in the back of IHG's head now. Every single round they've stacked up A, they've done it wrong. Got to eco now. And Imperial, this is just a fantastic start to the map.
Yeah, they need to do something about connector, man. It's like a real big problem. It's giving Imperial this kind of staging platform to begin the entire B side execute once they've taken that control away, right? It helps them split short and pincer any sort of aggro there, and it sets them up very nicely to be able to like throw fakes in later in the game, right? It's giving them a lot of options, so it's something you're gonna have to try and address if you're IHC. You know, something that just kind of springs to mind is like the idea of kind of blowing the door off and assembling the boost. Yeah. Something that some teams have taken to doing is you couple the boost and the nade at the door on the B site with boosting over here just down this staircase on the left to get the vision onto the short tunnel. Yeah. It's a really nice way of combating a team that centers around taking connector and short control early on as part of their default. So it would be a real treat to see IHC break something like that out now. But this is going to come with their kind of lack of experience in officials on this map, right? It's one that, you know, do they have the depth? Do they have that ability to kind of realize some of these problems super quickly? Or is it going to be a kind of learning process that they have to embark upon first before they piece these things together?
I love those boost combos because it is physically impossible to stop. The only counter is like the nade stack from Monster, right? Because in both of those boosts, you know, be short to con, you see legs before they see you. Exactly. And in this one, as our observers are showing us right now, this angle, if you boost on the stairs, same situation. A little easier to clear than the alternative, but still very hard to see because your legs appear first. And presuming the CT doesn't whiff, which you don't whiff with an A1S, it's just 3 kills. Obviously, it means you have to dedicate a lot of players to just one area of the map. Long is open. You must play a Monster player, and so that entire A site is completely, you know, available. But I still love the idea. I think it's a great call to try and stop what Imperial are doing. We've even seen Cabal taking B short with flashes from his team over from the CT wall. So I actually had that in their pocket. I'd love to see them pull it out. This is good as well. After a tech where players aren't allowed to talk to each other, they call in attack. immediately getting back on the same page and figuring out what they want to do in a very mishmash buy. They can put in money, but ultimately this should be Imperial going 6-1 up.
Yeah, you know, as good as the Deagles have been,
Yeah,
as much as they've been able to pull out impossible rounds.
Maybe I'm counting them out.
No, I mean, this one should just be a little too far gone, right? But, you know, you're able to put a decent chunk of investment in. So, oh, hello.
Ooh, that's a chunk.
Hello. They're going with the Force buy. Mag 7 on Cabal again.
All right.
What's 9 going to invest in? Scout, all right? Like that?
I love the mag. You know, it was ugly last time, but I do like the buy.
Mag's just such a dice roll gun, man.
Yeah.
One bullet, best gun in the world. Second bullet, oh dear, what's happened there? Did we even load the thing? Right. This time, Imperial have kind of switched it up on the back of that tack pause. I do like this, right? Fallen said, okay, they're probably going to try and address this default lean down towards B, and they have. They've stacked it very, very heavily down towards this side of the map. So this is a really nice adjustment out of Imperial, knowing that that tack pause has likely led to a switch-up in game plan here out of the IHC squad.
It's a Fallen favorite. It's the 3-1-1. It's as old as time itself on Overpass, and yeah, just a nice little A-take into the one scout on long. They're going to run boost Fallen's AWP. 9 has to hit the headshot or get off the angle flashed, and he's got to give it up. But we've already seen a tendency to re-peek these positions, and that could let him down. He's seen Fallen. He knows the angle. He could pre-fire it, but Fallen's going to get out of there before he dies. Scoring connector the whole time. He's being late lurked. Score, even if he gets this mid kill, he doesn't know what's coming right behind him. Doors off. He could escape with that smoke. FNX trying to stop him, has to give away his position. This is perfect for IHC. This is such a nice start to the round. They take a 5-on-4, they up and leave. Blitz drops the bomb in the middle, and now it's all getting very weird. First been wallbang, awkward angle. If that was an A1S, you don't whiff, but instead it's just FNX. Just a lot safer in this round for IHC. They don't play for multi-kills, they take advantages and they peel out, and with no time, FNX has to save this orb.
Critically as well, considering they put so much into this round when, you know, they could have very easily gone for like a partial investment on IHC. Getting out with 4 alive and upgrading some of those like lesser weapons is a real bonus as well. It's a real, you know, kick up the behind for this CT side. Going to give them a little more staying power in this one. They will have to drop over to Techno. He's having a bit of a stinker to open up, but still time to turn it around, right?
Yeah, I think that's going to be a necessity, right? He was the bottom performer back on Mirage. I think everyone had their rounds. Like Blitz really woke up near the end. The AWP was besting Fallen on the T side. Score dropped 30. Cabal had some big entries, but Techno didn't really put up too much, and he's been really, you know, he's been solid this tournament for such a young player. A couple of D kills, but that was really all to take away from it. So, especially in this map where Imperial are kind of favored across both these maps of Overpass and Inferno, it's super important that Techno comes alive in this game. This is elimination, folks. But it is not qualification to Legends. Got to win another. The team that many had 0-3 are looking to go 2-2. FNX fast con take this time. Wallbang's good. Oh, it finishes by Score, shooting through the smoking con. Vinny did make it in, but again, they back out in the 5-on-4, and Cabal even makes the odds greener.
Yeah, Bolts is just going to try a bit of a contact walk here with a late flash going over. He's deeper out short than they were ready for. Still, it's a turn for Blitz. Realizes very, very quickly what that flash means, and I like this evasion of the short players right now. This needs to be calmed over that they can have spilled into the bomb site. Vinny certainly has. 2 up in heaven. With 9 nailing that shot, it's going to be tricky for Fallen, and he's wrapped up the short side. Blitz might have been low, but is still key in getting that round on the board.
Yeah, fantastic turnaround for Blitz there, just to completely flank out the monster players. And like you said, just give up the B bomb site. He was so low, he knew the trade was almost guaranteed, but the pressure of having a player alive in monster, you could see what it did to Vinny. His entire back turned to the 4 players in CT in heaven.
A really nice little detail is, you know, we were talking about ways of trying to stop this like B lean default. There were really two ways to go about it. You either fight them for the control they're looking for, or you try find these players that are a little more isolated. And IHC right now are going for the latter, right? There's been a lot of mid control exerted in these last couple of rounds. It's been a real focal point. The nades in this one are beautiful. And it's really nice, man. It's letting them take a man advantage in a pretty low pressure way, where they are kind of, 3v2 or 3v1 over towards mid, and then ease back into a more standard CT setup. It's also forcing Imperial to follow through on B plays when they are at these man disadvantages, because they don't have the A control. So, it's going to be down to Fallen now to try and cook up a bit of a solution to that.
Yeah.
This one's weird, though. They've walked all the way up short, and 9, while he is inside of the site, that's a big spot. That is huge. Right now, he gets that info ahead of time. He's called for a rotate. He's got Blitz up alongside him to lend a helping hand. The AWP falls back into the bank. I like that. He doesn't want to give this big green over, doesn't want to give it away. And it's just buying time instead for his teammates to mop up these pistols. This low buy for Imperial getting dealt with very convincingly by IHC. AK has been retrieved, and Vinny's going to put it to good use. A 2-on-3. IHC are not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, that bomb can get just dragged back to B if they want with the smoke. But Imperial seem like they want to recommit back into that top side, take the control while they've got it. 30 seconds, one player running back, maybe a fake out, but no one's going to fall for it. No flanks, no one below. Everyone on the bomb site, 9 still trying to get information. Could give it up, but headshot in the air. Lives to tell the tale. The cross is covered, but his teammate's dead. Blitz just trying to live, trying to stop that plant, but Vinny's going to get it safe for a second. That hesitation forced Techno out of the bomb site, and he's going to almost give it up. Nice shot for Techno, back up in the round, and saves it for IHC with Blitz very low on long side. That had to happen, or Vinny could have started off.
And, it's one of these spots where, Techno only has one kill, but that one kill he just got, I don't want to say saved the round solo, but as you're pointing out, Blitz was so low that if Techno dies there, Vinny can very easily tee that up to be a naughty little, partial investment that gets snuck past IHC. So that one kill that Techno has put a round on the board for them. Hopefully that can be a bit of a confidence booster for the guy who's currently 1-6. Reinvestments now in for Imperial, and maybe this is where we get the solution to middle. No, instead it is just one man over here. Thankfully, IHC aren't getting too aggressive. Safer finally won't actually get punished in mid, and he's given a little more room to work it.
Yeah, IHC maybe don't have a huge amount of maps played here, but all their util has been super clean this game. They've got the double mid mollies. There was a nade out of spawn for score that did great damage to Fur, making these A1Ss far more effective. And so right now, clearly they've pracked well for this map. They've prepped. So that's, again, showing in this mini comeback we've already seen from 5-1. Score, he's alone in long toilets, and Blitz is not here to help him. So Imperial getting a flash poised. Perfect. He's got to fire off there. You can't just hold the shot. No one's going to throw that for info. It will always be peaked with. And Score doesn't bite. Just gets the bullet instead. 2-2 setup now for IHC, but they have full short water control, so if they wanted to stack A, this could be around for it, but they've been burned by that before. Imperial not giving away that info. One spot for 9. Maybe that's going to cause a bit of a panic. Cabal can late flank if they trade equally on the bomb site. Blitz has a great position, but he's going to need to flick back. 9 still looking for that info, and he's not getting it. Finally sees one more man, and at this point he knows it's the commit.
Yeah, rotate coming up, but it's just one man for now. They're going to leave Techno down here on B. 9. What?
Through dice.
That's just an all-in wallbang through the dice box. Okay. Bomb now cut loose as well. Imperial are getting shot from men they can't even see. They can't even fight him. What are they meant to do? And so this one's just going to slip right on by Fur. Desperate to get out with the gun, desperate to stay alive, doesn't want to die after time, and they are fighting him. That is devastating. The money now in tatters for Imperial, and IHC well and truly blazing a trail back into Overpass.
This is an incredible mini comeback from 5-1. They've leveled it out. They've had some great reactions on A. 9 is, he had that one really awkward round where he was just hanging around front toilets. He's not made a mistake again. He's been jumping dice, barely getting punished for it, getting a lot of info on these A hits, and Blitz there tucked in does his job as well. Fantastic A-hold. Imperial want to change the pace and try and speed it up towards B with Tech 9s. try and take short late, walking it for now. Cabal will meet them there, but he might get caught out on a limb. On the island, Spray is good though. Transfers a third and converts this one for IHC. Looking for more, getting a bit hungry. Fallen punished and Score swings out of Con, which has been his all game. So IHC take the lead back and set themselves ablaze as they do. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the tides are changing, Harry.
And I mean, you know, we were kind of looking at this one as reasonably safe for Imperial, right? We weren't too worried about them, you know, staring elimination dead in the face just yet. But as these CT rounds continue racking up without an end in sight, you do start to get a little nervous.
So delayed on their mid-take, and again, Score keeps winning Con. It's this triple setup once more. Techno's been spammed through B Monster by Bolts. Beautiful way to start the round. He's had that a couple of times, and off the back of it, Imperial are going to run up long. They found the gap with this triple short setup. It's just backing up to the site in time. They can get this spot before Imperial get too close. Oh, there it is. Just info is so valuable in this position. That's all Overpass CT comes down to at times. This molly is not shallow enough. 9 can peek in front of it. A minute on the clock, and they do pull a player down lower because of Bolts' early kill. If Cabal commits, he will die. Bolts hasn't moved a muscle. 9's doing the opposite. He's pushed all the way through long. Shouldn't clear this corner, though. Good luck.
Oh, he will! But a missed shot, Vinny. There with the opener, there's aggression out of Monster. In the meantime, Bolt's on the receiving end. His footsteps are hurt, but that doesn't matter. Blitz lives up to his name. It's lightning fast. And now we're into this 3-on-3. The A site wide open. Imperial are moving in. Low HP on Cabal, but he's the only man nearby. He needs to do something, even if it's just drawing attention away, lending a bit more time to blitz his flank. Cabal in the bank side. Fur's already here, and Fur does not miss these. This should be his all day long. Fallen's even here to trade. In case it goes really wrong, that's clean for Cabal. Fallen doesn't get the trade, and despite being low, he's still very much fighting for the round. Fallen backed into a corner. We'll deal with that first man, flicking back around, and Fallen stepping up when it matters most. Blitz late up through the connector, doesn't know about the long player, and Savini is there to close that out. Some fantastic rifling out of Fallen to make that happen. A key trade, and then the follow-up onto the second man in.
That flick was gnarly for Fallen. First bullet headshots him as well. And that's one thing that these retakes have happened before on IHC. Sometimes they just take too long. They take so long to realize where that bomb is, and therefore where the CT or where the T's can be, taking, you know, a 40 or not 40 seconds, like 15 seconds to come up on short side for Blitz. When that entire round was just set up for the CT plant, they should have realized off the first position, but no idea. Molly and Con going to force out the AWP. 9 can't fight for this space. Finally, Imperial get Con without a battle. They've run up long again. This has just been the gap they've been exploiting round after round, and if 9 stays on this angle, oh, he turns in time. He's at least got the info. But again, the re-peaks for 9 have often let him down. Vinny running up long. Score will miss that spray. Didn't know he was on the left side already, and the nade trades 9. He needs to know when to quit. Too many re-peaks for my liking. 5-on-3, a pacey long take has put Imperial in pole position.
Okay, Blitz often able to deliver. Like, he's just a W gamer at the end of the day.
We love it.
No. Oh my goodness. Blitz! Another frag going his way. This is crazy. 3 in the round. He's put a stop to the A take. He's forced their hand. They're trying to go B, but guess who's here? Guess who's been waiting the whole damn time? Techno 4K. Gonna flush out FNX, and for Fallen, this 1 versus 3 that was a 5-on-3 just moments ago, it's now looking impossible. Out through Monster, we've seen this guy deliver down on this B site before, but up he comes, looking for a way back in. He's been the savior of so many rounds that have shaped up similarly to this one. But you're asking a hell of a lot. He hasn't seen Techno, deals with Blitz, knows this second man was still here. Tap on the bomb. Techno's heard the scope. He knows it's a fake. He doesn't overextend. Fallen's going to have to go hunting for him. 10 seconds. Here's Heaven. Missed shot. Oh, follows up. But Cabal KaBaal swings out immediately for the trade.
You can just feel the Fallen effect coming in, can't you? A clutcher, especially on Overpass. This guy is right at home, but not enough to win the round, Harry. And like you said, a 5-on-3, it's Blitz that gets it done from Bang, just swinging out and taking 2 kills. Because Imperial sent 2 guys up long and they got the double entry, their whole team wasn't there to play the site. They weren't there to trade the kills. And even though 9 offers up quite a way in for Imperial, they can't close the door. Back to another low buy. First forced. He doesn't want to play around. He's just going to go quick into the B short side. Almost requiring a bomb plant here if you want to get away with the goods in the last. Fur has been wallbanged by Blitz. This guy just doesn't stop. Double monster play. Fallen walking short, has no idea. They've made a step though. Fallen turns, hits a headshot. The gun's out in time for Bolts. Just about getting that bomb back under control. Don't want to leave it forever though. 3-on-3. IHC panic rotate B, but Imperial are anything but ready to explode. Oh, no.
Oh, mate, on that swing.
One step too far.
Nuts and bolts versus Blitz and pieces, and it's the latter that comes out on top. Third in it for the man in question. The B site is now ripe for the taking. 9's up here in heaven. In these last few rounds, we've seen a bit of a hallmark of frustration for Orpas, right? Missing shots, over-committing to them. If there ever was a time for him to try and deliver, it's in a round like this, and the first shot is true. Nade does good damage. 9, does he want to attempt this? Does he want to give this a go? He drops the gun, tries to fake the fall on down. They swing him and they go together.
Yeah.
I do like that, right? Why let him pick and choose the fights on his terms? If we fight him as a little duo, there's not much that Orp is going to be able to do.
Nice fake out, but they didn't fall for that for a second there, did they? And yeah, again, the mistakes at least are super clear for IHC. Sometimes they just need to, you know, play on their bomb sites and not overextend, like double facing Monster, but not even peeking together, just one by one feeding bolts into his Monster hole. This guy's just given kill after kill in the round. And that's the money gone for IHC. Last of the half, Imperial can win it on the T side, and that would be, you know, phenomenal. We've gone back for the 4 mid play for IHC. Scores in common with the Deagle, but everyone else taking middle and long together. Mag 7 solo B. I mean, it's a massive gap. If Imperial see, oh, they turn. Did Techno see him? I think he must have. Fur just left his position. He's going to re-aggress, and again, timing's been missed on both sides. If Imperial figure this one out, they can just explode into A. This timing is now super awkward. Fur's going to walk out mid, and they're not going to know.
Yeah, but the bomb's coming back. The bomb thinks it's clear. Fallen, knife out, swinging it, but now caught. Fur turns, will trade that first man, and he hears the footsteps of another. However, running him down is Blitz, man. This guy never uses shift. It's unbound, and he's unchained. Another kill over here in middle, and KaBaal's USP is going to best bolts on the short side.
He beat Monster with a Mag 7. This one's not over. They've still got B. Vinny's crept in through. FNX is trying to keep Blitz trapped in T-spawn. If Vinny dies, the round falls apart. But FNX can still frag out. Vinny's been spotted. KaBaal has a flank. He's told his team maybe there's some tension. There's a backstab, but it might not matter if KaBaal goes now, and so he shall. Vinny's gone with a bomb, and FNX in a 1v3 with 20 seconds to explode.
Yeah, he would just need all the kills, all the glory, runs the smoke, but not going to happen. And IHC, they close out this first half at 8-7. Very similar tones from Mirage, right? It might have been Imperial hitting the ground running, off to a great start, 5-1 up, but they remain resilient.
Just ludicrous rounds, and it doesn't stop them from doing some of the mental stuff that punishes them in previous rounds, like just taking wide fights, re-peeking, or even just running around when they know Imperial will hear them. Blitz runs into Fur, knowing Fur's going to be ready, and he still wins the fight. It only makes you get away with it more. It only makes you play as audacious as you have been all day, but it's crazy. The fact that it works is a testament to the aim and the individual ability of these players. And right now, they are trying to upset. They are trying to eliminate Imperial. A solid T-side pistol could be a prerequisite to that. Fur fighting middle. Boost up on B is lovely. FNX picks Techno out of the round, and they even take short. That's at least 3 players spotted B for IHC. They've got a lot of info. They should be able to work the long A position right now with their 2 players. But the bomb, not in a spot to help out on this A site.
Oh, no.
Especially not now.
Yeah, that's kind of wild, man. That swing out of Cabal just getting punished right away. At this point, I don't want to have to say this, but it feels like your best option is maybe to just send these A guys through the A site, see if they can make some magic happen there.
It's cooked,
It's
man.
the kind of wild thing I could totally imagine IHC doing, and it feels like 9 kind of wants to embark on that mission. The bomb is stuck here. Like, you're not getting it out, so you need to try and dig yourself out of this hole. Problem is, you're only going deeper in it. Blitz, dead. One time he uses the shift key, it instantly betrays him. Now there is a rotate out of Imperial. Score's walking in, but FNX on the angle just turns around back in time. And so 9, yeah, 1v5. This one was always a little cooked from the get-go.
Charred. Burnt. Certainly anything but edible, rather. Vinny's here to close. Nine's running into the double setup, and the pistols will come through for Imperial in this map. Very nice start to the second half. Again, favored on both these maps, even if they dropped Mirage to begin this series. They have the tenure, they have the experience, they have the maps recently played, everything pointing in Imperial, but IHC coming in with a flare factor in their CT side. Not sure how well it will translate to the T side of Overpass. This eco should just be a cleanup. They're going to keep close together and just run it dry out mid.
Yeah, just a stat pad round, really, for Fallen and Fur. And so there it is, right? They get all 5 between the 2 of them. Kills from Fallen's SMG, just leaving him $100 shy of bringing that AWP out, but it will make an appearance in this follow-up round. You can almost be assured of that. This time it's a bit of a bonus out of Imperial. Meanwhile, over on the A stream, Spirit. Oh, look at that.
That's a 2-0 if they do it. And then that puts Astralis 2-2, potentially, against the winner of this game. Who knows? So it's not going to be an easy road for whoever meets Astralis in the 2-2 matchup.
Yeah, it's going to hurt even more, you know, like with Vitality soldiering on through. You know, Dupree imagines finding success, but Claven's it maybe left out to dry, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. IHC, it's a fast, long round. Fallen, I'll jump peek, trying to get the info over here in middle, but he's kind of missed these timings. Now Fur has seen bodies moving down long. That's a nice flash. Goes out wide on swap, but they weren't ready for this toilet peek, right? Fallen missed all those timings on the jump spot, so they were way closer than he was ready for. The A site's already been conceded. At this point, Imperial are basically playing retake for it. Flash goes over, and they might try to go through early, running through that dumpster smoke. And trying to get stuck in, and oh, they're stuck in all right. 2 kills very, very quickly, but reloading on both. That could have been a double. Instead, 9 also runs out of ammo.
Okay.
And so it's Blitz, the man, who was doing so much for them in that first half. Always willing to fight, willing to engage. Well, now it's a test of his mettle. Tap on the bomb. He thinks they're sticking it. He's seen that first man, but stuck in that fight with FNX. I think he thought he was the diffuser.
Yeah, that's a 3-on-4 retake. And I love the flash setup there for Vinny, right? Just throws it in over the top left of truck, and they just dive through. The reason they do that is, well, firstly, because the round's screwed anyway, but secondly, they have SMGs. If if IHC get the bomb down and back up into their post spawns, play toilets, Imperial can't win. They have to catch them while they're still in the site, and they do perfectly.
It's a weird, like, new sentence. That retake round was almost Cloud9-esque, right? Like, they also don't respect the dumpster smoke a lot of the time and just flash through it to rush down that A-bomb site in the event that it gets taken.
Oh, the timing, the jump! Whoa, he's lucky to be alive, and they're coming right out.
damage for Vinny, and the Util's going to seal the deal on those kills. Tech9's up in their faces, but they ain't going places yet. 9 with a double. Having to get the reload off again. It's him and Blitz, and I mean, these two up in a tree. However, he boxed in.
Ooh,
what? Takes one of the grave with him. Blitz's Deagle cannot convert the kill to Fur. They were both low. Definitely a chance for IHC, but it's stripped away. Imperial get that one back under wraps.
Oh, that was very scary. But you can see Imperial have started to realize it. Like they have stopped respecting IHC. They don't even give them the plant in that one. Even though the triple entry comes in, Imperial just throw themselves through the smokes up in heaven, chase down those final kills, and IHC just can't get comfortable right now. Just trying to break into this T side for real. Rifle round should certainly help. Got everything to play with, including the AW. Missed Molly in mid. Fallen goes long with his AWP. And he might be met with resistance from Blitz. AWP v AK should always favor Fallen, but Blitz has got aim on him. However, walking the corner with no flash, you get what's coming to you. Oh, nice flash.
Oh, there is the flash.
There we go.
And so they don't get what's not coming.
Yeah, it's not coming until later. Because eventually you got to run into this big green. He's patient, all right. The A site of Overpass is Fallen's domain. And he is the man.
I cannot believe it. Blitz walking down the long side, has the rest of the gang in tow. They're way closer than anyone's ready for. The flashes start coming, and they don't stop coming. Fur's here, and not hit the ground running. Fallen with one. A 4-on-3 as they do mop up those first players in. Now, FNX going to burn out to the molly, and Scores wrapped Fallen in the toilets. 9 with the AW. And there's IHC teed up to take a 9th. They finally break apart this A bomb site, and that's in spite of Imperial's best efforts to stack it out. There were a lot of bodies there. There were a lot of players in the right place at the right time, and still, it's IHC winning that round out.
Yeah, not just bodies there, but the realization for IHC has set in that Imperial are running through these smokes, are playing aggressive in the pre and post plants. Vinny just goes through, but the planter, 9, with the AWP out, not looking to stick it in a 3-on-2. He's looking for fight, and that was the perfect call to make, given how Imperial have reacted to these site takes. And yeah, the oppressive push does not work. And now IHC is starting to cotton on into what Imperial have been using to close rounds. Bolt's forced to save, and because so many of these clutch rounds have come through neck and neck, there's only one more buy here for Imperial. They definitely need to go for it. I think they only get 4 out of 5 rifles, so it seems. And they're going to try and figure out the money together with this pause. FNX can drop, Vinny can buy, but it shouldn't be an AWP unless they substitute another A1S for it. And I don't know if that's even worth at this point. I'd leave you with 3 fully bought players. All right, maybe this is the second win for IHC. We know they're very good. Ooh, wow, they do buy him an AWP. Okay, I respect it, but it does mean that, like, you're going to get 3 rifles rather. I guess FNX buys a FAMAS, not the worst, but a lot of faith put in Fallen in this round. Certainly for good reason, but he's been getting caught the last 2 times, right? He's been shot in the back of the head on back-to-back A plays. One with him in toilets trying to find Techno. Score shoots him from the site going wide. And the other one, the other way around. He's trying to cover the long cross, and Techno gets boosted above the divider smoke 3 rounds ago, and headshots Fallen. So he's been getting very unfortunate in these site attacks. Now it's going to be a B-wood bound. 4 players heading right into short tunnel. Doing it silent though, no flash to announce, no warning for Imperial, and a triple mid setup, exactly what IHC were doing so many of their CT rounds. If they just go right now, this is their best bet.
Yeah, flash over the top. Bolts, mate, you're going to have to hold the line here, bud. Smoke, it's going to get dropped in by Imperial. Give them a bit more room here. Bolts with the spam, has taken out one, and FNX's fast flank nets another. Oh, Bolts, look at him go! Tired of waiting around, he leaps through the smoke, leaps into action, and saves the day. That one, well held by Imperial. They only had 2 players down on that B site, neither one of them faltered. They both held the line long enough for FNX and co to play into the round. and they get it under wraps. You were right in saying, Hugo, that was the best chance that IHC had to take that B site if they went right then. But there's no accounting for the individuals in moments like that.
It seemed like they didn't have a protocol in place for that smoke that Vinny threw, the electronic smoke that lands on the pillar, right? He saved Bolt's life with that because both players were full blind in B, and it just bought enough time for the flank, as you say. I actually got stuck in Monster. There's a spot, and there's a collat. Fallen hits the leg, but Nine tags him back, and he's got him trapped in long toilets. Fallen just taking that quick pathing to escape, keeps his AWP in action for the round. He has so much to play with. In the meantime, B trades did come through. Player dead short side. And so IHC will reset into this site. Imperial have had to gamble. Their money is on the line. And we've fallen very low. They AAA. IHC should have just won this round. The only thing that's interesting is Imperial have loads of utility, but they're so committed to A right now. They're pushed up in through toilets. And so really they should look to save as this bomb comes in. So back and forth right now. Imperial have not won this one yet. The save allows a rebuy, but IHC keep coming in. Just when you want to doubt them, just when you want to count them out with another T-side round.
I think that's one of the things that makes like IHC so interesting, though, and also so hard to play against. I think the reason why you've probably seen, you know, some of the more like favored teams tried and tested versus this IHC squad is just that, you know, we've used the phrase EU-centric a couple of times. You said how they still have that Asian flair about them. You know, I think like from a tactical perspective as well as like the individuals, things are just a lot tighter. There's less like mistakes made, even though there are still mistakes made that can get patched up. There's less mistakes, and there's also like less of an ebb and flow to their game plan. It does just kind of feel like it wildly veers from like one thing into the next, right? Whereas you compare like Imperial's early T-side efforts, well, what were they? It was centered a lot around con, default kind of B leans. It was only once mid started to get exploited that they went back there. It's more of like a, you know, solution, problem, solve that, and you know, you kind of like work through this flow of Counter-Strike. Whereas with IHC, man, you never really know what's about to come at you.
True that. And now, IHC, they're the ones who have to figure out new solutions to new problems, because there's a double AWP for Imperial for the first time in this series. First joining Fallen on the big green. The effect of the save paying off, but again, a must-win round for Imperial, or this game closes up.
Well, something I'll say, mate, is, you know, this game is super close, especially with the money of Imperial on the line, but we still need more out of Techno 4K. Yeah. Like, this could be a 2-0 if we get a bit more mileage out of him. This could be IHC staying alive and putting a stop to Imperial. Team that a lot of people actually had to go through into that legend stage. Yeah,
they've overperformed. Like, there are legendary names in this team, but they have overperformed their you know, expected current value in 2022. It's so hard for these old legends to come back and still perform at the top level, but Imperial have impressed so many by even getting to this stage through the RMR, only dropping 2 series. One to 9Z, who were incredible on that reverse sweep, but also to MIBR, who were flawless. Third, that's a beautiful shot onto Techno 4K, not even flashing long for IHC, and they'll come to regret it. That's only going to keep you in your head at 4 and 17 when you just get AWP'd on a dry peak.
At a bare minimum, you saw it was Fur with the AWP, right? So you said, like, you know, they got to come up with new solutions to new problems, and now you at least have the information. Okay, Fur's got one. That means Fallen's probably got his. They try to hit the go button on a B play. That molly's gone in. Bolts does try to swing it, though, and that's opened up this B site, made it look a little more tantalizing. Kamal trying to walk up the short side. FNX spamming with the A1S.
Oh,
that flash is good, but there's Fur to offer up some assistance from heaven with this AWP.
20 seconds.
IHC are running like they think they can go A. I don't think they even get here in time. Like, all it's going to take is this one shot from Fallen to connect onto the right man, and the round is done. In they come, out through the bathrooms, and it's a collateral. He only needed one. But what if he takes the whole damn biscuit? Even the tag to 9. And as he goes back, he's dead after time. Insult to injury now. And another round on the board for the Imperial boys. It's fitting that it's Fur's second AWP to open and repel the B play, sending them back into main AWP and IGL Fallen over on A, who absolutely annihilates them.
Yeah, any other team would have saved there, but I respect IHC even trying that, but not going to happen. No way you're getting into the bomb site, and no way Imperial are leaving it open. 13 rounds, the money saved, the momentum shut down, 2 singular rounds by themselves for IHC. Right now, they might be running out of time in this map.
Double AWP mid setup
Again.
versus a force buy. There's a world where this could get weird. All the AWPs just pick them apart. We'll have to wait and see. Fur's got the opener. Fallen's getting ran down, but they kind of taper off with all those mollies flooding the toilets. They instead redirect, try to deal with Fur at long, but they can't seem to get past him. The flash is good. Techno 4K with an important kill. A 3-on-4 still in with a chance. Done yet. That's a tag to 9 from Fallen. Okay, and that's set FNX up for a nice free kill. He heard the tag as well.
Yeah, they're running out of ideas. There's not really been much faking. Where they start is where they end for IHC, and these rounds have been ending very quickly, trying to go into B within the first 30 seconds without doing their defaulting and pushing these AWPs back. They've been running into stacks. And, you know, sometimes they break through, but more often than not, it's Imperial who just have really nice setups. I love that re-aggro from FNX off the back of the double AWP cover. IHC are walking up along. It's the one gap, but Bolts, who is solid and has been all series, is holding it down from truck side. And Score doesn't have a flash, so they either had to swap positions or trade over util or just go dry. Fallen's now here, welcoming them in. They're going to run boost, but he hits his head. There's a head box there. There's a skybox. Can't do it. And Fallen shuts out the round with 2. Dear, oh dear, IHC. The bucket is empty. There's a hole. And they're dripping rounds. Imperial up to 14, and with no money for IHC, they have to play for overtime. Even that is desperate, given the lack of depth on this T side, and they're even going to buy. That screams a rush, that screams a fast round, and none of them have done them justice.
Dude, how devastating is this? If they went for like a fast B here, which is what I was figuring was going to happen with like the Mac 10s, the Tech 9s.
Yeah.
There's only one guy actually in the site right now. It's a heavy mid lean. Ooh. Okay, Techno 4K finding a couple of kills in these last few rounds, but it might just be too little too late. Is that one frag on Fur going to tee them up to try turn this around and deny 15 to Imperial?
Great
smoke. Or is it
smoke.
nothing more than a flash in the pan? They're going through. They're going to try and run down the B site, moving in. Bolts and Vinny, they were good here last time in this spot. They've got to do it again. They've got to stand. They've got to deliver. Bolts has got Vinny's back, but now he's burning alive. Just about able to extinguish that molly in time. And with Vinny still here, still strong, 100 health to his name, and rotations now looking to come through for Imperial. They've got all the pieces in the right place, and Vinny's sending them out of B. Lighten them up, the nade will close it, and it's 15 for the Imperial squad.
Yeah, I think this one looks done to me. Harry. Imperial have come to play on the CT side. It was very competitive in the first half, but we have seen nothing to rely on this T side for IHC. No more attacks have come through. Finally, they call one, but it honestly feels too late with just some of these force by some of these investments, but also just running into double AWPs and not flashing angles. They force by with Mac 10s and Galils, and they still go for an A round. Their fakes aren't working. They've not been defaulting on the T side at all. They go 5 towards every position, and sometimes they late rotate, but Imperial just have such nice rotations, and they haven't even had to do anything too crazy like take space. Imperial haven't had con, they haven't had B short, they haven't really had long past 1 kill occasionally, but they've known exactly what's going on. It's been very free-flowing, and even when I actually get into bomb sites, we saw in the early half how aggressive Imperial were running through their smokes and disrespecting their setups. This has been really solid from the Brazilians.
Yeah, it's a little disconcerting as well. There's something like as simple as that electronic smoke down towards B just entirely disrupts every B hit, it feels like, right? Like, it's a very standard util set to drop in. And I mean, this round, it's full face, full aggression down the long side. An early 4-on-4, but now footsteps heard over in water. Vinny's not really missed a beat in this B anchor spot. But as he goes aggro on the short side, finally, he might be a little removed. Now, he can't just come back in late and still be a nuisance. There's still smokes on IHC, so I hope they nullify the short angle. Might never even come to that, though, because Bolt's one of the other B-side defenders that just refuses to let IHC have a way in, has delivered a double. It's all on score, and Imperial are looking to take us all three, looking to take us to Inferno. They're not ready for the dance to end yet.
Yeah, this is incredible. I mean, this series was screaming reverse sweep from the maps alone, but IHC definitely ran out of ideas on that T side, and Imperial exploited every single one of them. Bolts has looked incredible as an anchor player in this tournament so far, on Inferno especially, and so that bodes very well for Imperial, with it being the third map of the series, their best map, the one that Liquid regretted picking up against them. There's so many reasons to believe in this Imperial comeback right now.